Hey guys, James here, and today I'm playing some Capture the Flag on Nebendan Flats. Oh man, that's a mouthful. This is actually part of the Endgame DLC. This is the final piece of downloadable content for Battlefield 3, and it just came out, I believe, this Tuesday on PC. And today I'm going to talk about some of the positives and negatives from what I've played of this DLC so far. First positive, and this is something I've been looking forward to for a while, and this isn't a ticket count based game. Every game mode up until this has come down to kills in some way. There's always that ticket count, so in Rush, Conquest, even though there are objectives, you can still win the game just by completely outslaying the other team. It's going to be harder to capture a flag if you're getting killed all the time, but this leads to more true objective work, I think, where you don't necessarily need to kill everyone. You can run in and be stealthy, take a flag, and leave on a dirt bike before anyone knows that you're even there. And that leads me into my next point, and that's the dirt bikes. This was pretty obvious going into the DLC that this would be something really cool about it. And I like them. They're very quick, they can turn, they're great for getting away, but they're not overpowered in any way. You can't just drive by and pick up the flag while you're on them. They're easily destroyed. A tank will obviously just obliterate this, and so will a chopper. And you can easily be shot off of it, and they're pretty loud, so they'll just give away your position really easily. Another thing I like that they did here is that they have a time limit and a flag cap limit. This makes it so that you don't have to wait 2 hours for a team to get the 6th cap. The 6 is the limit for the flag captures. And then also 20 minutes, that keeps it's still Battlefield, where you're not playing 20 games an hour or anything, but it's not too long. It doesn't drag on forever, and I think that's really good. Last thing I have here is that these maps look really great. I mean, this is to be expected with Battlefield, but there's 4 different environments, and they all look great to me. Speaking of that, a little bit later in this video, you'll see me kind of walking around a little area. It's a factory on this map, and I think that would be a really great team deathmatch spot. So I don't know if they have any plans of implementing team deathmatch, or if it's already there, or where it would be, but I think this factory would be a great central point for a team deathmatch game. Sort of like how you have the kind of factory building on Karg Island. It'd be a similar location, and I think it would play really well for that. Okay, so that's the positives that I have. Now let's go into the negatives. The biggest one for me is the choppers. I think they're way too powerful for this. Tanks you can take out a dirt bike, but you have to really time everything right. But a chopper you can just, and they're the little birds, so they're really quick. They're easier to take down, but you can just follow right behind a dirt bike and you take them out so easily. So it kind of takes away from the dirt bikes, as I had mentioned earlier. They were one of the coolest things, but the choppers, and if you have a good pilot, it just makes the dirt bikes really useless. If it was up to me, I would make it just 1 tank and 1 jeep per side, which I think that's what it is. And then the 5 or 6 dirt bikes spread out. I really like the way they spread them out. If you're on the enemy team, you can't just sit there and then destroy them right as they spawn or anything like that. Ground vehicles only. I think that's the way it should be for this. You notice towards the end of this video, I flank and I get a couple good kills, and I put myself in a really good position to where if teammates spawned on me, we could easily get a flag capture. But there's a chopper right overhead. It takes me out like nobody's business. And it just really annoyed me that I was in such good position. I'd worked hard to get to that position. I got a couple nice kills. I was sneaky. But just like that, this chopper can take me out. And really, it was just annoying. And I just think that choppers are a little bit overpowered for this game mode. I think choppers need to be powerful if they are in a game mode. You shouldn't have to put like 20 rounds into someone from a heavy machine gun on the side to kill them. Or, they need to be able to take out tanks if they're in for that purpose. And that doesn't seem to be what they're here for in this. They seem to be mostly good for taking out the dirt bikes and for taking out ground soldiers. And because of that, I think they're a little overpowered. Another negative that I noticed is that there doesn't seem to be too much of an incentive to capture a flag while you're winning. Now, obviously, in that situation, you've already captured a flag, at least one more than the other team. But I don't think that capturing 1 flag should give your team the, just express written consent to just camp around your flag. Because that's what it seemed like it was happening a lot, is one team would capture a flag, and the other team would set up like 8 semi-auto snipers around their flag, and you'd all be set up, you'd have a medic there with a couple of them, and it was just really hard to infiltrate once you got behind. And I'm not trying to say that you should let any team get back into the game or make it easy for them to get back into the game, but you can't just, if you're going to have it be this powerful the way that you can set up around a flag, then you might as well have the game end after one flag capture. That's just the way I see it. And this brings me now to not necessarily the biggest issue, but just sort of the most dumbfounding to me, is that there's no overtime. This game that I'm playing right now, it ends 3-3. You'll see this. It cuts right to the after action report. It stays at 0 seconds for maybe 5 seconds, but both flags are at the base, and the game just ends. And it says that we lost, which, you know, I wish I could see what someone saw from the other side, someone on the other team. I mean, did it say that they lost too? I mean, if a game ends in a tie, did both teams lose? Is there no tiebreaker? Or is there a tiebreaker that we lost? Like maybe the other team out-killed us, maybe that's a tiebreaker or something. And if that's the case, then that kind of takes away one of my positives here about the tickets. This was just really confusing to me that, you know, I was looking forward to seeing, you know, is there going to be a 5-minute overtime? Is it going to be like a sudden death overtime? There's a lot of cool ways that they could have dealt with this overtime issue, but they didn't. The game just ends. That's all I've got to say about Endgame for now. I'm sure I'll play it a bunch more. For the next couple of weeks, I'll probably try to put out another video about it. And if you like this video, let me know in the comments, and if you want to see more things from me, consider subscribing, because that'll make it a lot easier for you to find my future videos. Anyway, that's all I've got for today, and have a nice day, guys.